Now, in case you are wondering, what am I doing on a bike? Well, this is the Unscripted Kahaniya, and today I am with someone who is a photographer on a bike. Let's see, he's coming पीछे से. There he comes with all his stunts, Hrishikesh Puranik, the photographer on bike.
welcome to the show. It's called Unscripted Kahaniyas. And Kahaniya wala jo K hai is because of the Kapoor.
Yes.
And let me have the honor to introduce the one and only the Ektas, the Kapoors.
Thank you. Finally, I get introduced on my own show, and this is the meherbani of such people who I have over here. Thank you so much, Rishi, for introducing me, and let me also return the favor. So this is Hrishikesh Puranik, photographer on bike, who has been clicking so many photos. The first time I met you, you were clicking a dulha dulhan, and maybe you were asking the dulhan to pose like this and like this, and suddenly I get to know that you are a biker.
You should have a passion, and you should have a profession. So let's make it very clear. Passion is something that takes money out of your bank and gets you pleasure. And profession is something that brings money into the bank. So most of the people confuse the two and are miserable in life. So if you look at me, I'm the happiest person in the world. And I'm happy only because I know how to differentiate these two. So make sure that you have your passion and your profession sorted. A few people like me can mix the two.
Yeah, that's what I was just wondering, that तब तो फिर मैं इसलिए मैं शायद confused हूँ, because मेरा passion और profession यही है. But chatterbox. That's what I am. So I'm happy with it. So my passion is bringing me money. That can also happen.
But we are, I think, hardly 1 or 2% in the whole world who would have the passion and profession together.
Right.
So rest of the people who are watching, don't confuse. Do whatever you're doing, do well in your life, get money from there and put it in your passion.
Great. So putting money in your passion reminds me, you've put in a lot of money in your bikes. Where did it start from?
So the only reason why I don't drink alcohol, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs is because there's no money left. Okay, my money goes into riding gear, it goes into bikes, it goes into accessories, it goes into maintenance, it goes into travel and all of these things. So end of the day, there's no money left. So it's also in a way good that you don't get into all these dirty things.
How did it start, Lakin? Because at the age when you're talking about these dirty things, that is an age where people get into it, and I think that was when you got into.
How I got into biking was about college days. I used to play badminton. Back in the college days, my girlfriend was in Bangalore. And one night she called me and said, would like to meet. Like, all excited. I checked out, flight was out of option because paise nahi hote the. Bus was full, train was full. A friend of mine had left his bike, a Splendor back then, at my place. So I took his Splendor, filled in fuel, got a helmet. That time riding gear was not a consideration also. So thandi wala jacket garmi mein pehen ke, and भाई साहब निकल पड़े. So from Pune to Bangalore I went.
Pune to Bangalore. Which year are we talking about?
We are talking about 97, 98.
Were you born back then? Okay, yeah. Okay, so 97, 98, you did a Pune to Bangalore on a Splendor.
उस टाइम पे 10-12 लीटर का टंकी था, and it was about 800 kilometers. I think 8-9 लीटर to go. हाँ, because वो टाइम पे 90-100 का एवरेज मिलता था. हाँ, because I kept the speed constant at 60-70 and got a fantastic mileage.
Because we just entered on your Pawan Putra Hanuman. I'm sure he doesn't. How do you, is it a he or is it a she?
So Hanuman is a he, because of the muscular thing, and because I fly on him, it's called the Pawan Putra Hanuman, and I'm really blessed to have.
Okay, in case you guys are confused, his bike's name is Hanuman. Irrespective of whatever brand it is, we'll get to that, but it's called Hanuman. So Hanuman को देख के तो नहीं लगता है कि ऐसा mileage मिलता होगा जो
नहीं मेरे पास ना दो स्पेक्ट्रम के दोनों एंड पे है. I have an electric vehicle. I have a Chetak and a Ola, which is like zero maintenance, zero this thing, because we also put solar in the house, and it's a free of cost. So entire city riding is all on that, and extreme level of it is Hanuman, which I take it for touring and all my adventures.
So environment friendly biker. You are confusing Rishi. So
No, but people say that electric is environmental friendly,
yeah.
but I don't think so. That's a different debate. We'll come on that. If you look at when you're riding on the bike, you're not thinking about anything. Okay, you are in that present moment. Wind in your hair, that freedom that you get, that adrenaline that you have, and whatever is coming is all unexpected. You stop at chai tapris, at dhabas, meet such amazing people, truckers, fellow travelers. Some of them are in car and they're wondering what you're doing on the bike. That whole thing is so captivating that you want to do it again and again. So that was the first step, and from there the journey of traveling on the bike started. And it's come to a stage now that I operate tours and I take people on experiential tours.
Yeah, how did that evolving happen? I was just about to get there.
2020, when the COVID happened, most of the world was inside the house, but I was shooting. So being a photographer, I had an option of documenting what was happening in and around the city. So I was able to move around, I was able to shoot pictures, take reels. We also shot some documentaries for the Pune police. So I was out every single day. I've gone to the COVID wards, I've met the doctors, I've met the first patient who got COVID. So I was out every single day. That was one of the magical times in my life. We also operated something called as a community kitchen, where there was a doctor, Dr. Laju. She and me started this kitchen, and we used to feed 380 people every single day during the COVID, morning and evening. So lunch and dinner was served. So we got a kitchen space done. There were a lot of my friends who contributed generously. We got groceries, we got vegetables, and every single day we were feeding people.
Nice. So social worker भी और क्या क्या एक बार पहले लिस्ट कर लेते हैं, फिर evolving की बात करेंगे. यहाँ से यहाँ कैसे पहुँचे, यहाँ से यहाँ कैसे पहुँचे. It's like a tree, right? I mean, like a flow chart.
Tree, and क्या है ना, only thing that is about me is every day I want to do something different. I get bored. I was an actor. I did some films. I was a cinematographer. I've shot for movies. I've worked with Nat Geo, the big names. Now currently I'm into healing. I heal people with touch. It's called craniosacral therapy. Then I'm into meditation. I'm learning to become a teacher to help people meditate. So I met Shri Ravi Shankar ji in this journey itself. And then that journey has been an interesting one. So there are a lot of branches to me. Next on my bucket list would be to fly a plane. So I want to become a pilot and apply for...
have a handsome pilot. Okay. Yeah, this is how he blushes every time. So the evolving part. Let's start from COVID. Uske pehle, when I had met you, you were a photographer, Lifetime Memoirs, right?
So I run this company. We are into visuals. We do photography, we do cinematography. Now we do also reels. So what is the need of an art? So we do that. So in COVID, there was a total break. So there were no marriages, there was no food photography, there were no kids, no portraits, no fashion, nothing was happening. So everything was shut. So the first 2-3 months, we were able to pay the salaries to my team. Later, then we said that, hey, look, it's not possible. They were also understanding. And then we were trying to understand what can be done. So we take bikers and some people also in the cars and take them to places and give them an experience. So these are luxury tours where we take people on to that, and we don't go do the same touristy Instagram shots and all that, but we take them for the local experiences. We would make them stay in homestays, sometimes luxury places as well. But the whole thing is to give them an experience which would involve a lot of local food, the local cultures. So it's a blend of everything. Plus you have the rides. You take them on different terrains. Take them to places where people haven't been. So we've sat on a bunker overlooking the China border and had tea with the Jawans. We've lived in villages where that was the last village before the Pakistan border, and we've had food with the locals there. We've understood stories of them. There was a interesting story where overnight the partition happened. Okay, the husband had gone on the other side for farming, and the line was drawn. So the husband now stays there, the wife stays here. So those kind of stories which we've come across. These are very intriguing stuff which the normal tourist would not come to know. So we try and give these experiences to our tourists. So this is what is the new thing.
Nice. So I think this is the whole idea of your passion and your profession, putting it together and making people also explore their passion. So from this, what else did we evolve to?
So as I was biking, I also endorsed with a few brands. So also I wanted the money to come in. So there was a new trend of influencing, making people understand. So most of the bikers don't know the value of safety. Okay, and I am a big mouth when it comes to safety. People buy big bikes, but they don't want to invest in good gear. They don't want to invest in good helmets, riding jackets, pants, gloves. So all these small things, they are very important when it comes to safety. It's one life. You have a fall, you break your bone, then you realize, oh, I should have worn a better shoe. You crash into it, some people die, and then they realize they should have worn a helmet. So it is very important as of today. As a biker, I always tell people that if you're not wearing the proper gear, don't come for a ride. Even we have regular Sunday rides wherein the marshals and people who are taking the ride, they are made sure to make sure the bike is all right. What the guy is wearing or the girl is wearing, the safety gear is up to the mark.
Right. I was just coming to that when you said that people don't, the way you said that, invest money in gear. People invest money in getting their bikes modified. That brum, brum, brum. And it is irritating. It is disturbing. And it's not pleasing. First things first, it's not pleasing, guys. It's not. What is not pleasing again is the fact that there are guys who weigh 27 kgs. Okay, maximum I cannot give you more than 27, 28 kgs for your body weight. And they're riding a bike that's 200 kgs and uspe they are going all lapping and they're doing wheelies and their silencer weighs more than that boy. What is it that we'll tell them?
I would say the kind of description this lady has given, I would call them the chapri rider. Please eat food. Please put on weight before you meet her.
Yeah, but okay.
And don't do all that.
Yeah,
it's not going to impress any girl. It's not going to get you into any book of records. It's not going to get you anywhere. Apart, I would say that police should get a little more stricter, catch them and put them inside, and probably confiscate the bike also.
Yeah, so as per me, 2 things are a big no-no. 3 things in fact. Not wearing proper gear. So we're not even talking about that. That's basic. Second thing is those weird silencers and weird sounds and weird horns that they have. And the third thing is those weird number plates wherein you will never make out who that guy was because he'll have a crown on his number plate. Do you think we should also start not promoting this?
Not promoting, rather I would say each one of you who sees these people, shoot them. There's a website of the police department and put it up over there so that at least some justice will be done. If at least 100 people are booked, then rest of them will stop doing it. Here we have a beautiful girl who is also a rider. So I would like to know, as a biker, what would impress you?
A sophisticated person doing his own riding, busy in himself, enjoying his own bike ride, not trying to impress people with his weird sounds, being safe, riding in his own lane, not doing stunts in the middle of the road. Basics.
So exactly. Now all the guys who are listening to this, listen to this, and this is exactly what most of the women have told me, that they want to have a space where they can ride safely. They don't want to be troubled. They don't want to have jazzy sounds, honking or stunts. No, it doesn't impress any girl at all. Okay, if you want to impress the girl, be a gentleman and show your skills.
Yeah, do your own thing. So when you were also talking about the safety gears, you also said that people crash and then they realize that they should have worn a helmet or maybe the right shoes or maybe the right gear. So, have you ever encountered an accident, met with an accident? What happened? I saw a couple of posts of yours wherein you had injured a leg. Was that on a bike?
This was 2015, no, sorry, 2018, wherein I was on an Activa and standing at a signal. There was a upcoming truck which didn't see on its own side. There was no speed, there was no riding. I was standing at a red signal. It was a full jam. This guy crushes into me. Okay, then I had a surgery and everything done. So that has been one. Secondly, most of the falls that I've had is between 0 and 10 kilometers an hour. When you're just about to start and you fall down, is the most stupidest of falls that any biker would. So recently I was giving my exam for craniosacral therapy. I was going to Hrishikesh. I stopped at a place, stopped for water. I had little water and got onto the bike. Hrishikesh was about 100 kilometers from there, and about 3-4 in the afternoon. I got onto the bike, sat on the bike, started it, and the moment I was removing the stand, I fell down, the bike fell on my leg. So these are the kind of stupid falls which you don't encounter anything, but you have to know what is to be done. Okay, so what I did was I assessed that there was a considerable injury because my bike is huge. Even after wearing a proper protective riding gear, my shoes go right up to my knees. Even in that, because of the impact, my metatarsal 3 and 5 got broken. And with that broken leg, I somehow managed to travel to Hrishikesh, remove my shoe. It was bleeding also. And then I got my medical listing.
So when your metatarsals were hurt, you could still do the gearing?
No, on the right side, there's only brake. So I used the front brake and managed to reach Splendor, and then so initially I've evolved. So I've started with a Luna. Okay, the moped which was 50, this thing, cycle ke saath, and 3 of us we used to cycle up to Sinhagad. So the whole thing was, for fun. Okay, the person who's riding it will be on it. The 2 people behind will get down and push when this thing, and he's pedaling. And that's how we've done Sinhagads. From there, I've moved to a Scooty, a Hero Poke, Splendor, a Unicorn, and from Unicorn I've jumped to Tiger 800. That was quite recently. So that was in 2018.
So from Unicorn to Tiger, how was it? That's a huge transition. It is, isn't it?
But also, I was riding a Unicorn way back in college. So entire of my college and initial days of my work, I've ridden a Unicorn. So what happens with people is they get gifted bikes at a very early age, 10th standard, 11th standard. Parents just want to get rid of the nagging.
The child. When the parents are giving such bikes, they want to get rid of the child.
So it's about that, and then they don't know how to handle the power, how to handle the acceleration, and then they crash. So it is very important that you should go to a school where they teach you how to ride. Fortunately, in India, we have some fantastic people who train you for these schools. Yeah. So, and we have good tracks also. If you want to do speeds, there is Booth International, there is in Chennai, there is Kari Motorworks. So these things you go and you open up, not on the roads, which is a total no-no.
So you mentioned Unicorn, then Tiger. So, and abhi hamare paas you have a BMW, right? Sport bikes. What about the cruisers?
So the German bikes or even the Japanese ones, these guys are very serious when it comes to safety. So they don't ever have that attitude ki chalta hai. So this attitude that we have ki chalta hai, even the helmet manufacturers that are there in the country, like, chalta hai. They wouldn't do the crash test. They wouldn't do the registration. They would pay the bribe and get certifications done. So I wouldn't really say it's that chalta hai attitude has to go if we want to progress.
So you're saying that there are no crash tests or something like that is happening. So if we ever encounter a crash like this, maybe someone is wearing a helmet and they fall down and they've actually broken their leg, or any kind of an accident happens, you are on your bike, you see an accident happen, what is the first thing that you should do as a responsible biker?
See, as a responsible biker, first and foremost, call the agencies, call the doctors, call the ambulance. Okay, you should have done a basic first aid thing. If you have done that, then only go and touch the person who is injured. Okay, I've seen people, they just go and try and remove helmet, give them water. No, it is not to be done. Do you know whether he is conscious, not conscious? There are certain protocols that you need to follow. So there are basic first aid what do you call, courses. You do that, and then probably you handle them. If you are not qualified enough, please call a qualified person and let them take charge. Okay, all you can do is make sure that you move the patient on the side if he's right in the middle of the road, so he's not hit again. Basic stuff can be done. Apart from that, if you don't know how to do, just call this thing and make sure he reaches the hospital as soon as possible.
तो इतने सालों से आप बाइक चला रहे हैं, आई एम श्योर पीपल वांट टू नो कि solo riders, especially solo riders, when like I have done a couple of solo rides, so I know that when you are going on a solo ride, there are some basic things that you need to know. पंचर कैसे बनाना है, या अगर ब्रेक टाइट करना है, या क्लच वायर टूट जाती है बहुत बार, मतलब स्पेशली बुलेट, सो या ये सब चीज़ें कैसे रिप्लेस करनी है, क्या करना है, ये what are a couple of things, a checklist that you should know about the technicalities of a bike. What are those things that people should know?
See, first and foremost, most of you who are riding are not sure कि आगे जाके क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा. So until and unless you ride, you get into the trouble, you will not learn. There are a lot of these places where you can learn basic courses. There are a lot of these groups in Pune who organizes workshops. Every Sunday they would meet up, they would train their riders कि brake pads कैसे check करने हैं, change करने हैं, fuses कैसे check करने हैं, अगर wires कुछ cut हो जाती है तो क्या करना है. These are the basic things they will train you. But whenever you are in a problem, you don't really know what to be done. Most of the bikes you can take to the nearest mechanic and he'll get it done. But don't stop riding. You should ride in the first place to experience all this. Most of the people that I know, they will just say that अरे यार ये हो जाएगा वो हो जाएगा. कुछ नहीं होता है. पंक्चर होता है तो ठीक है, पंक्चर हुआ. Being a girl, there'll be so many people to help you. Okay, they'll come and help you get your puncture done and get your bike. Yeah, हाँ. So जाओ, explore करो, have fun. It's a beautiful country that you should explore.
So talking about exploration, there's one more part of life which you have explored, that is the art of life. Shri Ravi Shankar you've been talking about. So can we also know a little more about meditation, and does it help you to stay calm when you are biking, when you are on such long tours, because you've traveled almost the world on your bike? How does all of this help and connect?
So Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar ji, his motive in life, or I can say his objective in life, is to bring smile on each and every individual on the planet. Okay, that is such a big cause. When I first met him, I met him as a photographer to shoot him, and I didn't know anything about him. I didn't know anything about what he does. But the moment I went and shot him, I got to know the kind of love that he has for people. That really attracted me. So that got me glued on to him. From there, I learned meditation. Nowadays people think meditation is just getting into a thought where not getting into any thought, but that is not the case. It's very simple. As we drink water, it's as simple as that. You just sit and things go on. Okay, there are few courses that he takes care of. Okay, there's a basic happiness course and there are advanced courses. So the whole thing is to be happy. The kind of lifestyle that we have, you have been into entertainment business, you've seen celebrities, you've seen athletes, you've seen head oncos of this thing. Everybody is battling with stress. Okay, and the one and only thing that can get you out of that is meditation. Okay, suppose now you are angry. Have you seen how your breath would be affected? It's the short breaths. Okay, somebody who is sad, okay, his breath would be different. Somebody who's happy, he's all cheerful, his breath is different. Now, can we use this knowledge of having this kind of a breath and change the breath to change our mood? Okay, if I breathe in a certain way, can I be happy? If I breathe in a certain way, can I be angry? If we are able to apply this, that is the whole thing about the pranayamas and the meditation.
Oh yeah, I think there's a reason when anybody's angry, they say, लंबी सांसें लो. And this is where it comes from.
This is where it comes. And suppose now, I know you've gone and interviewed n number of people. There would be something like Amitabh Bachchan, there would be the Shah Rukh Khans. You know, you are...
Please shakkar leke aana.
Yes, again. So when you do that, you are so anxious. Okay, now imagine the same Ekta who is very centered, who is smiling. The kind of response that person will give you. Okay, so whatever situation you are, if you are able to be that centered and stuff, it is going to help in any profession, be it biking, be it photography, being an MC, being a celebrity or on the sets, being the photographers, everyone, you know, it's just going to help you. So being in that state is so important. So how do you get there is this. So currently what I'm doing is I'm volunteering and helping them get people for the courses. And soon I'll be a teacher where I'll be teaching people how to be happy.
Wow. So गुरुदेव, अब हम इसके आगे आपको गुरुदेव ही बोलेंगे. मुझे ये बताइए कि
गुरुदेव एक ही है.
एक ही है? Okay. तो हम आपको गुरुजी बोल लेते हैं because you are going to be a teacher. So Guru reminds me of one more person, that is Sadhguru. One person that I completely follow. I love the way he speaks. He speaks basic. It's like, ये कप है, वो इसको प्याला नहीं बोलेंगे for no reason. I love him. And you rode with him. Oh my God, that video, I मैं कितनी बार देखूं, ऐसा था. So how was that?
So it was by fluke, okay. I did a little research about him coming from London to Pune, and apparently I was shooting in Lonavala. And I got out of my shoot and I was supposed to head back to Pune, and I was just checking his stories that, you know, Bombay se nikle, yahan nikle. So I said, thoda sa chance maar lete. So I came and stood on the main road. I saw a few of his cars passing. I thought he's already gone, but I still waited. And after about 15-20 minutes, this man on a school machine pops up and he's going. I looked at him, I again wore my jacket and I followed him. Okay, I followed him, and then a little ahead, I was keeping distance with him. I didn't want to, he saw in the mirror that, you know, there's some big bike which is coming, and he was also like, okay. And then there was a tempo wala who was trying to block him. So all I did was I went ahead and blocked the tempo wala, and then this guy was happy. So he smiled from, he picked up his helmet and he smiled. Then I went a little closer, and then he said, come aage. Then we were riding parallelly for about a good 50-60 kilometers, and then end of the highway as we reached Pune, he stopped, I stopped beside him, and then I asked him that how was the ride. He said, oh, it was fantastic, and he looked at the bike and he commented about the bike and everything, and that's how we connected. And then he asked me that would he want to join me for his event. I said, yeah, sure. Then we went to Conrad, and then we went to MIT for his event. And that's how the connection was. And from there, I happened to shoot him at the MotoGP that was happening. He was there. So he calls me the Ghost Rider. So he's like, you are here one day, next day we don't know where you are, so I'm going to name you a Ghost Rider. So that is the title that he's given me.
Nice. So talking about ghosts, there is one thing again. No. There's this, I heard, I used to be really scared of ghosts, and then someone told me that, you know, healing might help. So what exactly is healing?
So the kind of stuff that I'm doing right now is called the craniosacral therapy. In short, if I have to explain, it is healing people with touch. It has been there from the 1870s, where we have an inner physician inside us who is responsible for the health that happens in our body. So I'm doing nothing, okay? I'm just felicitating your body to heal on its own by just being there and giving it that environment to heal itself. So these are processes which take about 40 minutes, and you can see results immediately. So we've had cases where acute diseases have been cured, basic headaches, pains, everything can be...
Hallucinations, does that? Because someone told me that, you know, healing can also, when this kind of processes, they can also help you heal your brain from inside, because hallucination is a part of brain fogging, nothing else, I feel. So does it also help people with anxiety?
So what happens is the Western medicine considers your body and mind separate. For us, it's a one unit. Okay, if you have a healthy body and a healthy mind, that's when you can function well. If you have a weak body but still have a strong mind, you can still manage it. If you have a strong body but a weak mind, you will not be able to function. So when you talk about craniosacral therapy, it heals you on different levels. Not only on the physical level, it also helps you heal on a subtle level. Your mind is taken care of. So yes, hallucination and issues of the mind, as you talk about brain fogging, that will be taken care of. Yeah.
So one more thing that we're talking about this, one thing I forgot to ask you when we were talking about the physical being, as in the biking part we were talking about, that how important is it to stay healthy, because people do not take care of their health when even if they go out on their bike trips or whatever, and then not when we were also talking about those underweight kids or things like that. How important it is to take care of your health.
Very important. Like, suppose now I've come here to talk to you. If I'm unwell, something in my head is nagging me, I will not be able to perform. The same thing goes with your work, your riding. You are on a ride, okay? One day you will be able to manage. If you're doing a long 15-day ride, on the second, third day you fall sick, your entire trip is gone for a toss. So health is one thing that is very important. So you should do a little bit of yoga, you should do a little bit of your meditation, take care of your diet, eat clean. On rides, you don't really get to eat so much clean, but as you go into the hills, most of the food is good. Only thing comes is when you get into the little bit of junk part of it, which I also do. If you see my socks, it's made of pizzas. So, I love junk, but yeah, I do take care of myself.
Okay, so basically, Rishi is someone who takes care of his health, of his body, mind, and soul. So you are an all-rounder when it comes to these three
Everyone
things,
should be. Everyone should be. Because any one thing which is not balanced well, you are going to fall. Your mind, your body, everything has to be balanced, and have fun. It's very important to ride. It's very important to have fun. Until and unless you have fun, it is not this thing. So a lot of these couples, they come and ask me that, oh, you're not married. That's why you're happy. So it's just not that. So I've seen couples who are married and are happy. And I've seen couples are single who are...
Please name them.
There's so many of them. I can see one sitting right beside me who's always happy and is into a beautiful relation. So there are people. There are some really nice people.
Okay.
Did I say something which is not supposed to be told?
No, it's okay. Oh. This is unscripted.
Okay.
So when you're saying that you've seen couples who are happy, do you also meet biker couples? Yeah.
So I have this saying which says, if you are sitting as a pillion on the bike, you are co-starring in a movie. Okay? And if you are riding the bike, you are starring in the movie. So I have had people who are couples who ride two different bikes and they love it. And I have people who are pillion and they also love it. So whichever side you are, just be happy.
And anyways, पूरे ride में तो helmet पहनना है, लड़ाई कहाँ से होगी ना?
We have those communicators.
अच्छा, you have that also. तो उसमें लड़ाई होती होगी ना?
लड़ाई होती है, but also उसमें क्या होता है ना, अगर एक किसी को नींद आ रही है ना, तो फिर अंताक्षरी गा लो and then you just...
I need that.
Yes.
We need to get that. Okay, so चले ride पे.
चलो, let's go.